Hi, welcome to Nanyang Education's Primary School Problem Sum series, where we go through upper primary problem sum techniques. In this video, we'll be covering the basic techniques for part 8 of our series, Reciprocals. Under our problem sum technique playbook, we have 10 different techniques to go through, so don't forget to follow us for more content. Now for this video, the lesson plan will be as such. First, we have a basic question with a step-by-step guide. Next, we have another basic question for you to try it on your own. And lastly, we have an intermediate question for you to try on your own. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Now let's read our first question. Tap 1 and Tap 2 each fills a bucket up in 2 minutes. So, how long will Tap 1 and Tap 2 take to fill up the same bucket? Now step 1, I would draw a table like below. So we compare Tap 1 and Tap 2. Then we write down the time taken per bucket. So Tap 1 and Tap 2 both take 2 minutes. Next, we find out how much of the bucket is filled per minute. So since we have this table already, let's actually take the reciprocal to find how many buckets are filled per minute. So the reciprocal is 1 divided by whatever is written over here on the tabs. So we get that half of a bucket is filled per minute. Now let's find the total. We take half plus half equals to 1. So if they work together, 1 bucket will be filled per minute. Now with this table, we can use the total rate to find out how many buckets will be filled per minute. So let's see, the total rate is 1 bucket per minute. So number of minutes taken to fill 1 bucket would be just 1 divided by 1. So it would take 1 minute to fill up that bucket if they work together. Now let's do a recap. First, we draw a table and note down the time taken for each variable. In the example before, we have Tap 1 and Tap 2. Our step 2 would then be to take the reciprocal of the time taken to find our rate. After that, we can find our total rate. Then, we take the reciprocal of the total rate to find out the time taken when both variables work together. Now that we have learned how to do the questions, let's attempt another one. So Harry fills a bucket with sand in 2 minutes, while Sarah takes 3 minutes to do the same. How long would they take in minutes to fill the bucket up together? Feel free to pause the video and attempt the question first. You can resume once you're ready. So our first step would be to write down a table. We label Harry and Sarah first, and we find out the number of time taken for them to fill up 1 bucket. Let's fill it in the table. We have 2 minutes and 3 minutes respectively. Next, we take the reciprocal to find out the rate. Harry will fill up half a bucket per minute, and Sarah will fill up 1/3 of a bucket per minute. Next, we take the total rate. We take half plus 1/3 to give us 5 out of 6. So now what does that mean? Their total rate is 5 out of 6 buckets per minute. So how long would it take to fill up 1 bucket? We have to take 1 divided by 5 out of 6 to get the reciprocal, which is 6 out of 5. So we can leave our answer as 6 out of 5 or 1.2. So it will take them 1.2 minutes to fill up the bucket together. Now let's try an intermediate difficulty question. Jack takes some time to build a wall. Bob takes 7 hours to build the same wall. If they work together, they will take a total of 3 hours to build the wall. Assuming they all work at a constant rate, how long in minutes will it take for Jack to build the wall alone? So this time, they give us a total, and they ask us how fast is Jack. So feel free to pause the video and attempt the question first. You can resume once you're ready. Alright, so let's draw our table first. Comparing Jack and Bob, the time taken to build the wall would be 7 hours for Bob, and I don't know how long for Jack, so we have to find out. It's given that the total is 3 hours. So now let's continue with our table with the next row. How much of the wall is built per hour? The total rate would be 1/3, and Bob's rate would be 1 out of 7. So what would Jack's rate be? We have to take 1/3 minus 1 out of 7. And we get Jack's rate equals to 7 out of 21 minus 3 out of 21 walls per hour, giving us 4 out of 21. Now don't be afraid, because I know that this fraction looks weird, but let's continue with the question first. We know this is Jack's rate now. We can find out how many hours it takes to finish one wall. So we take 1 divided by 4 out of 21, and we get 21 out of 4. Changing it to improper fractions, we get 5 and 1/4. Now this looks a lot less scary, doesn't it? So now let's see how much time does Jack take in terms of minutes. We just need to multiply by 60 minutes to give us 315. So that's our answer. It will take Jack 315 minutes to build the wall alone. Did you get it? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!